Oh, New York City in the sunset. It's absolutely beautiful sight to see, in my opinion, especially coming here to Williamsburg waterfront. Right here at Domino Park is a very pleasant area because now it's filled with a lot of seating. There's a playground with kids playing around. There's even tacos over here and a few restaurants. One of them I actually do recommend, Randolph Beer, and the huge high-rise condominiums. Let me show you a little bit of these beautiful sunset views here in New York City. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel. This is Urbanist. And let's enjoy a New York City sunset. Here we have a tugboat actually passing through. Hey George, hey Goddess, hello Ramiz, Malaki, nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Watching from my comfortable couch, says George. Oh, it's so cool. Sorry everyone, just had some music pass by. Hey, beautiful skyline. Goddess says, I'm doing well, Goddess. I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. So I was about to hop on live just about 10 minutes ago. I had these pair of women that were visiting from Chicago, and they asked for me to take a photo of them because they saw me with all of my gear. They thought, oh, this guy's professional. And I told them my TikTok, and they were like, oh, he's low-key famous, which was a fun encounter. So it's always a beautiful encounter. Don't be shy here in New York. Of course, always have street smarts, but don't be shy in asking someone to take a photo of you or in a beautiful place in New York City. Of course, with street smarts, of course. New Yorkers are indeed very friendly. So right there is the J train passing through, heading all the way to Manhattan. J train connects Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens all the way to Jamaica Center. Lorraine says, what a nice surprise. Beautiful sights. Yeah, I had to come here. I did not intend on going live. I was just hanging out in Williamsburg. I was going to film a video at Peter Luger's Steakhouse because wonderful urbanist Susie recommended it, saying, hey, is it still good? Many other people also have asked the same question. I don't know if it's good because it is reservations only, and I couldn't get in, unfortunately, and it appears to be booked all the way through the entire week, which I'm genuinely shocked. I never saw that restaurant so packed in my life. So I was unable to do that live video trying out Peter Luger and seeing if it's still worth the hype. But stay tuned, maybe I'll come back another day. Rami says you should have a fan meetup. That might happen for patrons, for Super Urbanist, so maybe stay tuned at some point. Don't they know who you are, says Becky. Well, Becky, you know, I was very tempted to mention that I do food videos on TikTok and kind of like show them my TikTok. I was very tempted to do that, but the point of the live video would have been to review the place to see if it's still good. So I thought it would not be the best tact. So I just like any food critic, I had to go there incognito just in case it's terrible, and I need to express that on live video. Oh no, you'll be starving by now, Susie. So luckily I did have a great meal right here. One of my top recommendations is Pies and Thighs. It's nearby. It's about a 10-minute walk away from Domino Park here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And they sell amazing fried chicken. However, they also sell amazing fried catfish, which I had a fried catfish with some baked beans, which are just made so delicious, cornbread, and a sour cherry pie, and I just fell in love. Let's zoom in. So I need a little bit of your insights. Let me know, has anyone upgraded to the iPhone 13? And is it worth an upgrade in terms of the zoom in quality for video? Let me know if anyone has personal experience. I'm very, very close to getting myself an iPhone 13 because right now, zooming in at night, it looks kind of ugly. And I kind of want, I hope it's a big, nice upgrade. Let me know. It's amazing to see all the lights. It is amazing to see all the lights. So let me know if you want to see anything from this perspective. Happy to point the camera any direction here as we're enjoying the sunset. Hey, Janice. Hey, Lorraine, aloha. Susie from Scotland. How rude, Ariel doesn't even invite us, says George. And you didn't share all the food with us, says Rubies. That place was a little bit tough to cover. You know, I was very tempted to cover it. That place was a little bit tough to cover. It was very tight quarters, which is the case in a lot of American restaurants. Especially here in New York. People are sat very close to each other. And unless it's crazy full, it's very awkward to do a live video. If it's like right mid-range. If it's very full, it's easy to make a live video because it kind of just blends into the crowd. If it's very empty, easy because no one's around me. But if it's right in there in the middle, it's a bit awkward in a lot of these New York restaurants. And that's why sometimes I don't do live videos in all the places I would love to do. JR says yes to iPhone 13. So I have an iPhone 11 for context, and I want to know if it's a good upgrade. It's quite a sight. iPhone 13 only upgrade is the camera, so definitely worth it for video, says Hermes. Are you in Domino Park? I am indeed, Inspire Life. Domino Park, which is located in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Which many people already know. This is great, says Betty from Albany. Thank you so much for tuning in. Why is the Empire State Building blue and gold? Ooh, blue, gold, and orange? Why is that? If anyone knows. Kay says 4 weeks and I'll be there. Yes, Kay. I'm sure the US will stay open. I hope it's not quite the opposite. I hope Europe does not close. Hey, Kay. BA, could you repeat your question? I did not see it. Walking commuter has a 13, says Moon. Ooh, interesting. Heard it was buggy with Prism, says S. Bodie. Wow. So right there we see the high rises of Long Island City, which is looking very beautiful. I really like it. Right over here we have the high rises of Williamsburg, and Williamsburg is getting taller and taller. So let's see if we can get a better peek of the high rises, I think, right around this way. What was this? What was the park called, Son of Shepherd? Domino Park. It is named after what used to be the Domino Sugar Factory here, owned by Havemeyer. Epic story dealing with his war with the coffee company by Arbuckle, which was right across the water over there in Dumbo. This sugar company supplied sugar for both world wars throughout the United States of America, coming from out of this plant. A lot of the sugar coming in from Puerto Rico and other countries that the U.S. had territories in or had a foothold in the sugar trade. So, and then Puerto Ricans also worked here because this was a Puerto Rican neighborhood for quite a while. And it lasted. It was a very important part of American industry. And has been laid in ruin for many, many years. Until recently when the facade has been landmarked, but the interior is being gutted and rebuilt as a huge, massive, high-rise condominium. I think it's gonna be multi-use, so there might be businesses in the bottom and condominiums on the top. Janina says, coffee, my second name. Domino Sugar is notorious in Baltimore, says Kyle. Oh, let me know. I didn't know Domino had sugar factories in Domino. I mean, in Baltimore. Thank you for showing this inspiring location. I have relatives who worked at the Domino sugar factory. He says, Susie, oh yeah, that's cool. Well, I hope they were treated well. I don't know the full circumstances and employee treatment, but it's cool that you have ancestors here. They're covering them with condos. Well, that's a bit of a change, says son of a shepherd. Yeah, it is full condos. This condo has taken a while, and I guess it's because of the Landmarks Preservation Committee. It is very, very strict. So sometimes with these landmark buildings, it takes a while to rebuild them. Here we have the ferries, which I highly, highly recommend. It's awesome riding the ferries here at night. Let's wait until the photo here is taken. Everyone slam that thumbs up on YT, on FB. Feel free to share these videos with relevant Facebook groups about travel, New York, beautiful views, Brooklyn, groups, things like that. Hey, Ariel, executive producer, nice to see you here. Have you tried Tacocina? I have Inspire Life. So Inspire Life is referring to the taqueria, which is right down there. And I have tried Tacocina. It is pretty lackluster, I must say. It is good enough for a quick bite here at the beautiful waterfront. But if you're looking for a great meal, I would skip it and go somewhere else. There are better taquerias here in Williamsburg. Off the top of my head, I don't know of any. I like Dos Toros, but that's more casual fast food. If anyone knows any other great taquerias, let us know, but it's not the best one. It's actually, I think, owned by the same company that owns Shake Shack. The water looks quite calm. It is, yeah, it is quite calm. It is quite calming. Do you know Daily Dasher, says Buna? No, I don't watch too many streamers, honestly. But thank you so much for tuning in. Buna on Twitch, thank you. Special Sunday hello to all my favorite peeps, says Lynn. Yes, with all the lights in the sunset. Oh, yes. Inspire Life says mesmerized. Inspire Life, oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Had the best time ever on the riverboat, like taking a bus, was so cold and had the top deck to myself, says Maggie. Being from Scotland, it wasn't that cold, but others on the boat did not venture onto the deck. My best memory of New York. Yeah, I've done the same thing. I've done it on live video before. That is awesome that you braved the cold riding the ferry and enjoyed it. Yeah, a lot of people do not go up to the deck when it gets this cold. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. How did I miss this? Only made it as far as the Timeout Market, says Becky. So this is pretty far away from the Timeout Market, and unfortunately, this area of Brooklyn is not so well connected via public transportation to Dumbo, to that area, downtown Manhattan, which is still insane to think about. For being such an advanced city, I'm shocked that we have not built some type of subway or light rail that connects these two parts of Brooklyn. So the best way to really travel here, if you're visiting the Timeout Market, which is right down there, you see this is the Williamsburg in the foreground, and then we have the Manhattan Bridge, and then we have the Brooklyn Bridge. Right there at the Manhattan Bridge is where Timeout Market is located. That's Dumbo. The best way to get from Dumbo to here is to take the ferry, and it's only 2 stops on the ferry from Dumbo. You'll get here in about 10 minutes, around there. Depends on how the water is, but you get here fairly quickly. Highly recommend doing that. It's going to be a pain to get here via subway because you might need to go through Manhattan, and it might be a pain to get here through via bus, unless if you have enough time to kind of just spend and chill out, then maybe a bus could be fun, but otherwise I would say ferry all the way. Of course, you can always cab from there to over here as well if you have the budget for it. Susie says take the M train. You can, but the M train connects through another part of Brooklyn. It doesn't connect to downtown Brooklyn. Let me know any Brooklynites if you have any recommendations for good connections. But yeah, the M train does not connect to downtown Brooklyn, or you need to switch from the F to the M. I think, yeah. It isn't that easy, I think, if you're a tourist. Breathtaking views, you're the best, says Jason. Jason, thank you so much for tuning in on Facebook as well. I appreciate you. Ooh, nice view behind you. Yeah, let me show it to you. I just gotta put on my hat because I'm freezing. And I'll zoom in on the Statue of Liberty. Buna, what camera am I using? The iPhone 11 Pro. Ooh, there's a light show on the building. Linda, hello. Hello, George. Hello, JK. Hey, Buna, I'm using Prism Live Studio. Rocky, nice to see you here. Susan, thank you so much for replying. Appreciate you. So right there, Empire State Building, having a light show. I might be doing an epic short video of the Empire State Building, and probably a live video next week. Stay tuned. I'm going to maybe do an announcement. I might be able to have access to a concert that's happening on the Empire State Building of a major pop star. You'll need a torch soon, says Susie. Susan, yeah, Susie. Yeah, the reason you hear dogs is because there's a dog park right over here. Yeah. Hey, Maggie says, I also put my feet in the cold river in January 2019. I would be careful with putting any type of body part in the East River. The rivers here are not as clean as some parts in Europe because it was very heavy industry for nearly 100 years. But you say it's good for health benefits in terms of feeling cold water. It's called grounding. Oh, that's very cool. Life is rough in Domino Park, says Inspire Life. We're in the New York state of mind, says DS. Indeed, we are in the New York state of mind. Here are the views of downtown Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn, look at that skyscraper that's growing. That is going to be nearly as tall as the Empire State Building. I'm not sure what the final height is going to be. You never truly know. I think they at first said it was going to be taller than the Empire State Building, but might not have a spire. So the roof height might be as tall as the Empire State Building. Susie says, sing some more. There is no singing in this broadcast whatsoever. Oh, someone's flying a drone. Let's see if I can catch it on camera. There we go. Not a UFO, ladies and gentlemen. That's a drone. Susie says, keep singing along. No singing in this broadcast. So people are flying drones. Hey, Kelly sent 500 stars. Thank you so much, Kelly. Facebook is doubling stars for good until January 2022. So for 2 months, Facebook is doubling stars. It doesn't matter. We don't need to reach any goals or anything. They're just doubling stars. And the reason they're doing that is because we actually reached 4 goals throughout the summer, and we unlocked this unlimited double stars. So thank you so much for sending stars. You basically send 1,000, and they're also putting bonus for every new supporter I end up getting. So if you want to become a super urbanist, get access to bonus videos. So far this month, we have the Guggenheim, and we have a look into the Bergdorf Goodman store for Christmas, and other bonus live videos. You can become a super urbanist by clicking that Become a Supporter button on Facebook, clicking that Join button on YT, or clicking going to patreon.com/urbanist. So you might say you're seeing stars, says Kyle. Yeah, dude. So right over here. You're spoiling us with all these video goodies, says Susie. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you are a super urbanist or above, do let me know if you're enjoying all the goodies. And if you want to receive a Christmas card personally handwritten by myself from New York City for this month, you can become a mega urbanist and join the postcard club. But this month, you'll be getting a Christmas card. What's your favorite book, by the way, says Adisa. That is a great question, Adisa. In terms of New York, I don't have too many New York books. What's a good New York book? Nothing comes to mind in terms of New York. My personal favorite is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I love a lot of books about spirituality and metaphysics. That's why I read a whole lot about. In terms of just New York books, I'm hard-pressed to think of any. But let me know. Let us know what's your favorite books that take place in New York or are about New York. I would recommend, in terms of New York City history, I would recommend Barry Boy's History of Old New York is a great book. Do you have a favorite David Bowie song? My favorite David Bowie song is Black Star. That song is epic. It's one of his final songs, and oh my god, it's a mind-blowing song. He was here in New York when he produced it, and recorded the entire song and that album. Breathtaking song. If you want to listen to a great David Bowie song and you're not familiar with his final work, check out Black Star. Moshe says Catcher in the Rye. I would not recommend Catcher in the Rye to anyone. I fully understand some people might have it as a favorite book. I do not recommend that book. That book is very depressing, in my humble opinion. It is the opposite of a positive experience. That ferry is going fast. Whoa. Okay, I'm walking this way one more time through the park because I gotta head back to the train. Have you been to Budapest? Yes, I have been to Budapest, but this was before Urbanist, so I have not done an Urbanist expedition to Budapest, but I can't wait to go one day. Again, any Urbanist albums would go great with these views today. Indeed they would. Indeed they would. Feel free to listen to the 3 Urbanist albums produced in 2021 on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music. Wow, the Tacocina is closed. I'm kind of shocked. It's closed at this time. You know what? I'll show you the food options here from the outside. Hey Mel, nice to see you here. Atlas Shrug, says Mr. Wobble. I don't think it takes place in New York. I don't think so. But I'm glad you enjoy it. Never underestimate the speed of a ferry. Yeah, indeed. Is there anything like the famous London A to Z, only rather than New York? In Barry Boy's A History Through Old New York, I think is the closest thing you can get to that type of book. Mater says, don't forget about the mini album. Oh, you're right, Mater. Mater has brought to my attention that yes, indeed, I have produced 4 albums. Technically, it's 3 long albums and 1 EP. So yes, there is a 4th album out there, which I never really fully announced ever. I've pretty much kept it a secret and just been showing it to. Just been kind of. I've kept it to myself. So that 4th album is called Sunday Brunch, and some of you might have found it. I never really ever acknowledged it. I don't think I've played any of the songs yet on live video. So Sunday Brunch, enjoy. Look at that. Victoria says, "Oh my God, enjoy it. So magnificent." Yes, indeed. Susie says, I did download it. Oh, cool. I'm glad a few people. Mater says, oops, no, I did not mean to keep it a secret. It slipped my mind. You know, I decided to release it incognito for any of the super fans out there to find out and be surprised. But I completely forgot later to announce it. So, yes. There is indeed a 3rd album. Oh, here are the Jewish trucks. I'm not sure what they're saying. Your coat reminds me of Richard E. Grant's coat in With Nail and I, says NW.
So you know what I do like is I do like
I'm not sure if that's a compliment, NW. But I know what you mean. Unfortunately, in that film, that he was wearing a very raggedy jacket because the entire movie is about Richard E. Grant's character and his friend who are both alcoholics, and they're dressed very raggedy. But indeed, he's wearing a houndstooth jacket just like mine in similar shape. Indeed, but he is an excellent actor. So interesting comment. Mr. Wobble says Urbanist jams. Yeah. Are they saying Happy Hanukkah? I think so. Andrea says Jewish trucks. Oh, there's always Jewish trucks out there in New York City. I've noticed that. There's like Mitzav trucks, I think they're called. There's all different types of trucks. One of the best benches in New York City is not here, even though there's some nice loungy benches with beautiful lights. It is right here. It's very dark. You can barely see it, but this is one of the best benches in New York. Afterworld was together with Sunday Brunch. Yes, it was a bonus EP. All right, so that is enough of the views. I will show you cool spots to consume sustenance so you can live another day. Because what's more beautiful and more worthy of living life than consuming sustenance? Kathy says, you look especially handsome in your house too. Thank you so much. So here, actually, we have a few great spots here. This is awesome. Around the corner, we have Two Hands, which is closed by now. It's a nice brunch spot. It was originally opened by Heath Ledger and his family. May he rest in peace. But recommendations here is Roberta's. I'm glad they opened up here. They started up in Bushwick. Great pizza. It is going to be more expensive than your other pizzerias, but for the views, I think it's worth it, and for the location. It is not that full, actually. Yeah, well, I'm kind of shocked. Gorgon says 15 minutes ago it looks so good. Yeah, it's not that full. So it's probably because it's so new. People haven't found out about it yet. And it's Sunday night. Oddfellows has pretty good ice cream in my opinion. Classic American ice cream. And then over here, this is actually something else I would recommend. This is called The Other Half. The Other Half is a beer hall. And they originally started brewing beer. It's a microbrewery in Gowanus, Brooklyn. But they have since moved part of their operation in brewing beer here. As we can see, huge beer brewers. Great microbrewery of Brooklyn. So great beers. They actually make very strong beers as well, which I recommend. What street is this? This is called River Street, actually, I think. Yeah, because why is it called River Street? Well, because it used to be part of the river. And that's it. Yeah, those are the recommendations. Three great places here. Other Half, Oddfellows, and Roberta's. I actually got to come here and actually try this location. I've only tried the one in Gowanus thus far. I really enjoy it. Seems like a chill place to grab a beer. Love the reflections of the cranes in the building windows. Pizza, ice cream. Can life get any better? I had Roberta's for my birthday in September. Oh, Susie, that's awesome. So yeah, great recommendations. I'll be featuring more food soon. Stay tuned, and other cool stuff. I might be collaborating with the Empire State Building to do some cool videos. So stay tuned potentially for that. I am collaborating with a Broadway ticketing company, and I'll be doing a short TikTok video about going to a Broadway show and how's the entire experience, and maybe impromptu live video within the theater for a few seconds, for like a few minutes before the show starts. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Keep being awesome, and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Now let me go to my new apartment here at 10. At 10, I'm not sure what the full address is. 10 Williamsburg Waterfront. Hey, we all love food, says Susie. Oh, that's awesome. Have a good day. Penthouse, here I come.